and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at papers, pattern papers. We have some absolutely lovely pattern papers in the new catalogue, and we've had a look at this one quite a lot, which is the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. And I was saying the other day, on the flip side of these ones, because these are all lovely flowers, on the other side we've got some lovely, let's have a look and see where I've got the other one. Here we go. Right, we've got these two, which to me are really sort of sea and ice, and particularly this one, you've got the sort of the swirly pieces on this, whichever sort of way you put it up, really looks sea-like. And I thought we would do something with that because I really love the colours as well. So the colours with this one are, let me just put it over there so I can get it out. So I've cut a piece out, and as I say, I think it looks very seascape, you know, sort of crashing sort of waves, or underneath when you look down into the water. And it goes very well with the Oh So Ombre 6x6 pack, which is a free one. So if you put those together, they're absolutely perfect. You've got all the sort of colour tones and things coming through from it. And this one is a free one in the Saleabration brochure. So if you place an order for £45, you can get this pack of paper absolutely free. Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper. There will always be, and I don't always tell everybody, but I think most of you know already, my customers certainly do, but there is always a link down below in the description box that takes you across to my online store, which is all the Stampin' Up things as a demonstrator. You know, you sell things through demonstrators, and you can get any of the things that I discuss and talk about over on that link. So do have a look over there if you're interested. Now, I thought that we would make a card using this as the water background and using this as our accent piece, rather than having to colour things in. Now, in the new catalogue, which I'm going to show you, because I haven't got this, but I'm always saying about using alternatives. So we have a beautiful set, which is, and I probably should have worked out the page first, but I'm sure I will find it shortly. It is, here we go, Sea and Sand. So the Sea and Sand suite has got a stamp set which is full of shells, and it has got, here we go, let's have a look at it in a bit more detail. Okay, so you've got this stamp set which has got all the different shells in, which is really, really pretty. And you've also got with that dies and embossing folders and things like that. However, we have another set which is in the annual catalogue, which is called Seaside Notions. And this one has shells in it, which are very pretty. And you've also got a seahorse, you've got some coral, and you've got some nice birthday sentiments if you want to put the birthday sentiments in there. So I thought that we would use this set just to show you that you don't have to use everything from new. You can mix and match things that you've just got with things that you've already got. So that's the set we're using at the moment. And this is going to be our background piece with the sea. And then what I've done is I've taken some of this so that you've got the lovely sort of ombre. So you've got light running through to dark. So as you stamp, you can get things that are lighter rather than darker. So I'm just going to take just one piece out, I think, of this to just show you, because I've done some of this preparation, because you don't need me to see me do all of the stamping on every single piece. So let's get this piece, and I'm going to use a good black ink. You can use Memento, you can use any black ink you want. I use Memento for blends a lot, and you can see here where you've got light running through to dark. So I'm going to turn it round this way, and then I'm going to stamp it so it comes part way through and you get that ombre look. So you automatically get some light coming through with the dark. Now, the new set in the catalogue has the dies, so that if you're not into fussy cutting, you can use the dies. However, with something like this, it is very, very straightforward and simple, and all I tend to do is to cut it out roughly first, so I've got an idea of what I'm working with, and I haven't got a great big piece, and then literally just go round it. You don't have to be overly precise, and what I tend to do is, the best sort of tip is you turn your paper rather than your scissors. So when you get to a corner, turn your paper, and you get to the next corner and you turn your paper. So you're not actually using your scissors to do the cutting. Sorry, you're using it to do the cutting, but you're not using it to turn round. You're literally just turning your paper as you go. And it is a fairly straightforward, and it doesn't matter if you're not completely accurate, because nobody's going to know. So you just sort of cut it round and take it in, and then we have a seashell, and you can see you've got that tone of the dark and the light coming through because of the ombre paper. So I have cut out a few bits and pieces because I thought that it would make a pretty card. So let's have a look and see what we've got. I've done a seahorse, and the seahorse, you can see you've got the really sort of dark piece in coming up to the light. I've done a couple of the round shells. I've done one of the circle ones, and again you can see that's paler. And that was the other shell I did, so you can see you get it in different tones, and then there's another little one if we need it. So I've stamped a few out. Then I thought, okay, let's have a look and see what I want for a sentiment. So I'm trying to do cards to send to people, friends and people that I can't see at the moment, as little bits of, you know, I'm thinking of you, but with something different on it. So on this one, I've taken again one of the sets in the annual catalogue, High Tide, and I really like, in high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. And to send to a friend when you can't necessarily see them, but you are trying to say to them, I'll always be by your side, even if I can't see you. And I've done that and just cut that out in one of the stitch shapes. And so we're going to use that one. And then right at the end, we're going to do something to just pull all the colours together by adding a totally contrasting colour. So let's have a look at putting some of this together. So I want the sentiment to come in down on the bottom like that. And then I'm going to have the seahorse, I think, up sort of at the top here in the middle. And we can take this shell and put that in. I think I always lay things out first, so we can have things where we want it. So that can go there, because I don't want it to come over too much. Let's have this one in sort of underneath. In fact, I'm going to have to use the other. Now you can see this is the one that I did with my really black ink, and the others I did with Memento. So I'm going to use the Memento ones for this because then they're all the same black colour tone. I've got this one to come in probably down here. We could have 3 or so. We're just going to sort of build it up. Maybe have another one in on here, overs and unders, and one underneath. Okay, so I'm going to glue these all down. Now you can put them up with dimensionals, but I actually want to have it so I can send it. And at the moment with the postage, it's quite difficult. We don't always have the postage that we, you know, some areas now are not having post delivered at the moment, so it's easier to try and do flat ones rather than ones that are too sort of over the top. So I'm going to put this one in just in on the top here. Now I need to make sure that I don't have it so that it's coming over. Okay, we'll have it about there, and I'm getting it so that it's coming over a bit. And then we can have this one next to it, and I'm just going to rest that on for a minute, because if you want to tuck something in rather than out, if you don't put it, particularly with wet glue, if you don't put it down and put it down completely, you can then tuck things in underneath if you want to. So I'm going to have this just sort of coming out like that, and then that can just come down at that sort of angle. And then do I want another one like that just in there? Could do. Or I've got this other one. I've got this other shell as well, which I kind of like. Might put that one in that way, coming in over the top, because that's darker. That will work, because then you've got the colours coming out, and I know that's the same one. I don't want to put that one in there. I've got one of these tiny little ones. Let's have a look at this one and see. Could put that one in maybe just down at the bottom there. That'll work there. So we can have that one tucked in. Let's put this little one in. It's a matter of sort of playing around with your ideas and where you like things. Okay, I'm going to have that like that. I'm going to have the seahorse up at the top. So let's just put some glue on the seahorse. And again, they're not that difficult to fussy cut out. I mean, I quite enjoy fussy cutting. I tend to take bits when I'm down at the television and put them in like that. Okay, so I'm having that there. Now, I've taken, because it's all one colour, and I wanted to just take a little bit of another colour. So I've taken the flip side of this, which is the Rococo Rose, and I've just taken the sentiment out, and this is from the new art gallery. The die's in there, but anything that you've got. And I'm going to put that in, just in across like that. So let me just take that. I'm keeping the other piece out because I don't want to stick it down until I've worked out exactly where I want to do it. So I want it like that across there, and I just want just the tip of that, the tail, to just go in. That's it. Not a lot, but just a little bit over the top. Now that has taken, you've got all of the C part in one colour, but it's just taken the other part, which just lifts it a little bit. And I keep thinking I want to put something in on here to just cover that up a bit. Do I, don't I? Let's take that off and see. I think I do. I think I want all of the sort of shells together, although I'm not sure about that design. I'm going to leave it as it is for the moment. Now I've taken a piece of, this is the darker, so it's the dark Night of Navy on here, I think, or it's the this dark blue in on here, just to have as the background, because that then, as I say, you've just got the pop coming through. And then what I've got is I've got some Wink of Stella, and again with the Wink of Stella you can just splat it down and you get just some nice little shimmery pieces that come across. You won't be able to see that very well, but you've got quite a nice bit of shimmer on there. And then I tend to, because it's onto the water part, I'm just going to actually take, because I want some of the parts of the sea as you sort of look down into the sea. I've got a nice splat on there, which is quite good, but I'm just taking this down where the little sort of waves come, and I hope you can, I'll try and do it to try and catch it, but then you get that really lovely sort of sparkly look on there. And as I say, you can put it just slightly offset if you want to. You can have it straight on. I think I probably want it straight on, but you've got this really sort of lovely, as if you're looking down into the sea. And I put it onto a white base. I haven't got one to hand, but you know what it's like on the white base. It's me trying to put my glue back with the top of my thing. But you can see how you get these lovely tones just by using the paper, which is already ombreed, and you can get your lights coming through to your darks. So if you haven't got the new set or are not going to get the new set, try the Seaside Notions, because you have some beautiful shells in there. Yes, you have to fussy cut them out, but they work beautifully with these papers. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well and be kind. Bye-bye.